What did it say? The white human DNA go back how far?
It says 6,000.
So before 6,000, once the Watchers seen what humans were capable of, humans were fearfully made. That ain't strange? But in the Christian Bible, it says.
All right, it's your boy Taste of Fame. I'm honored. Got my boy here, big homie CC, you know, fresh from Chicago. Was a celebrity bodyguard, entrepreneur, influencer. To me, one of the most multi-dimensional fellas from the Windy City. What's up, my brother?
Thank you, brother, man. Peace to you, God. We finally made it happen.
Man, I do want to say this, man. Brother solid right here, man. We've been supposed to have this going for months.
About 8 months.
Yeah, and bro was solid, man. So everybody from Chicago, from the Chi, starting with Butter, first dude I met, all the brothers I know here in Texas from the Chi, everybody been solid.
For sure.
All my brothers from Chi, shout out to you, man.
For sure, man. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, straight up.
We working. What you got for me, man? I know you got some heat over there.
Say, man, I got a little bit of heat, but I want you to kind of dig into abductions, how you're contacted, what countries have the most abductions, how you're able to rescue the women and the kids.
When you say abductions, you mean like human on human abductions, or extra dimensional or extraterrestrial abductions?
Let's touch on both.
Well, we'll start human on human first. Here in America, FBI reports that they have over 450 suspects to be serial killers.
Wow.
And the majority of those suspects are over-the-road truck drivers. Now, when it comes down to this whole abduction thing, you know, the reason I took an interest in doing retrievals and finding missing people is because if you're targeting people who don't have close family and people who are living an alternate lifestyle, no one's really looking for them. But oftentimes, certain family members will reach out and they'll have their money. Sometimes they don't.
Hold on. I'm picking up that the sound.
That's. I'm gonna text them. That's folks' phone.
The last thing you said, sometimes they have their money, sometimes they don't.
Yeah. All right. Just text him. Yo, Jug. You said, what was your question?
Well, you were saying.
Oh, yeah, because like, you know, I'll probably lose about 100,000 plus a year doing retrievals. So when people do have their money, it helps. But if they come to me and we do the threat assessment and the certain observables are there and we look into it and I'm able to get some leads, I'll just take it. Because, you know, I got people who support. Shout out Iman Shumpert, shout out Ron Jackson, shout out Shaquille O'Neal. You feel me? These are all pro hoopers, you know, and they know what I do. So, you know, there's something to help me float, you feel me? And all black men, you feel me? They try to paint a narrative like we aren't proactive in our communities and things like that, but that's far from the truth. So, you know, have you ever heard about the theory that Garth Brooks is a serial killer?
I haven't. Touch on that.
Well, that's significant evidence that Garth Brooks could be a serial killer because places he shows up on his tour. Ladies show up missing, and it goes hand in hand with his tour routes. Now, when it comes to the whole abduction thing, most abductions take place in America in the national parks. And if you're familiar with President Dwight D. Eisenhower, it's been alleged that his cabinet made agreements with certain extraterrestrial groups to do abductions. And they're only supposed to abduct people in the national parks. When you file Freedom of Information Act for the missing persons list in national parks, you won't get it.
Wow.
And they'll tell you got to pay $2 million to get it. I think that's suspicious.
So you're saying the president that's on the dime, he started that?
That's a fact. Well, you've seen what his daughter said, what he told her on his deathbed. Look that up.
Look that up, huh?
Look that up.
Okay, I'm gonna have to find that. Okay. Yeah, I looked that up. Yeah, that's interesting right there. So state parks is where most people are abducted.
100%.
Okay, what's the second most place where people are abducted, and why are you so adamant about saving women and children? What started that for you?
Well, I have a mother, I have aunts, I have sisters, I have all my little cousins, it's pretty much girls. And, due to my prominence and stature in my community, ladies would come to me about things that would take place locally. And I always felt that who are we as a people if we don't police ourselves? Because we see our people getting murdered by police officers of different races because they don't live amongst us. They don't understand our culture. And oftentimes they're operating in a state of fear. So that leads to crisis. And for me, I was always a person who took security serious. I grew up having bodyguards due to who my father was and what he did. And I'm always up for a good crusade, I should say. And there's no better feeling than when you accomplish something and you see the emotions that people have when their loved ones are back with them. When you see somebody who's given up hope, who has accepted their fate, and you bring them home. There's no greater feeling than that, I'll tell you that.
I can imagine. I myself, have dedicated over 20 years to the youth. So I commend you, my brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I mentor kids every year. I send 100 kids to school every year. And you know how that feeling is, you feel me? Because I always say I had to be there because no one was there. Imagine if you weren't there in such situations. Where would those kids end up?
Right. You're right. So helping these women and children, recently at a congressional meeting, there were shots fired. I opened up, where President Trump was speaking and attended.
Yeah.
The men there, they were running with security, and the wives were following behind, specifically Robert Kennedy Jr.
Shout out my boy RFK.
Well,
I just met with him last week in Nashville.
Okay. What are your thoughts?
Well, I always say that, I've been concerned over the last few years because there's been a concerted effort to target the white Christian male population in this country. I've noticed that. And if you study history, white people, especially white males, have proven to be the most prolific group of killers on this planet. They've got that mastered. They're able to work together almost like a hive mind. They're able to organize a lot better than everybody else. And when you pick on this group, there seems to be cataclysmic repercussions from this. So as I watch this, what have we been watching take place? You know, us as black males, if we're gonna do something like that, we wait outside to catch you. That dude was mixed. They don't care. They crashing out, man. They running past. They don't care because, you know, we're talking about a group that only has 7,000-year-old DNA. 7,000 years ago, they showed up in Scandinavia. The alleles in their pigment. Before that, there was no white-skinned humans on the planet. Have you ever seen a village with white-skinned people?
Nope.
Have you ever seen an uncontacted tribe of white-skinned people?
Nope.
And that ain't suspicious to you?
You got a point.
They DNA, you Google this, right? You got ChatGPT?
I do.
Ask, how old is the white human DNA?
How old is the white human DNA? So where do you think they came from?
We're going to touch on that because you my boy, and we working a long time for this, so I got to make sure I give you something to go crazy. Because every time you see me, I'm surrounded by gangsters, bro. You feel me? Because we have one thing in common, the cause. And what do white people always have in common? They align themselves so well when it comes to the cause. They don't have tribalism. We have tribalism. That's why you don't see a bunch of white gangs. With us, Nigeria was a country with almost 70 different states and tribes. In Kenya, there are 47 different tribes, all with their own lineage and history. White people don't have that. There are only 4 white homelands on the earth. The main one is where? Ireland. The Barbary slave trade took place long before the transatlantic and long after. All white people. So they mastered slavery because they were the most enslaved people on the planet. We don't talk about this. Here in this country, we expound on the fact that the transatlantic slave trade took place. How did those slaves get here? They went to Africa and negotiated for already prisoners of war to bring them here. Black people in Africa had already enslaved their own due to tribalism. White people don't have tribalism. And that ain't suspicious to nobody. The white, what did it say? The white human DNA go back how far?
It says 6,000.
So before 6,000 years ago on this planet, there were no white people.
Where did they come from? Let me know.
When they showed up in Scandinavia, those were the Vikings, right? Who did Hitler say, what did Hitler say was the perfect human? Tall, white, blonde hair, blue eyes. Germans don't even look like that.
Not at all.
What did David Grush say at the last congressional hearing, UFO whistleblower? He said the tall white Nordics are a few centuries ahead of us.
The tall white Nordics.
That's what he said. The black human's DNA goes back 2 million years. When I was in Africa, I was in Nigeria, the Igbo, they have literature from the time of Adam.
The Igbo.
The Igbo tribe. They said they were here during the time of Adam. It's not suspicious that in the Caucasus Mountain areas, there are no gold mines, no diamond mines. What do they prioritize? Furs, leathers, boats, and ships. You know, white dudes buy big yachts. We wear diamonds. Our people been wearing diamonds and gold chains for 8,000 years.
That's right.
What do? They show up here. It seems like wherever they came from was low resources. When I was living in Africa for this time, when we were communicating, the sense of urgency for those people is not there. They live off the land, everything is natural. Why is it the white human, as soon as they get here, they colonize and everything? Because obviously where they came from, there was scarce resources.
And they were in caves, right?
Of course. Black people do not have Neanderthal DNA. They do.
You got a point. So what do you
We
think?
have gangs because of tribalism. White people don't have gangs like that. They got the bikers, they got the Aryans, but it's all about bloodlines for them. The black male, we reproduce wherever we get the chance. Them, they don't.
You got a point.
For sure.
So where do you think they came from?
100,000 years ago, something did happen. We were able to outcompete Denisovan, Cro-Magnon man, a lot of different species that were superior to us. And then they showed up. In the Bible, they talk about the time of the Tower of Babel, when humans built towers to reach the heavens. Issue is, in the Bible, it says that once the watchers seen what humans were capable of, God gave us all different languages so we couldn't communicate and work together. This is why I'm critical of the Christian Bible, because in the Bible it says that for I am a jealous God. Worship us and we shall do your bidding. Psalm 89 speaks that humans were fearfully made. That ain't strange? Psalm 82 says what? God reigns on a divine council of other gods. You cannot monetize a religion if they preach other gods. But in the Christian Bible, it says God reigns on a council of other gods. So these other gods would have a say-so what happens on this planet. And they probably seeded the whole place. And that's why we have so much confusion now. Because they don't want you to know that the gods can die. And every time humans rebel, they reset us.
So that's leading into that human alien abduction. Tell us more about that.
There's a book by Linda Moulton Howe called Alien Harvest. There's a decree from Dr. Roger Lear that speaks about hacking the alien internet. Let me ask you this question. Are you familiar with Islam? What's your knowledge on Islam?
My knowledge on Islam basically is from the autobiography of Malcolm X, just from the movie, really.
And he went away from Islam after a while, right?
He did. He went to Mecca and came back reborn.
In the Quran, there's no quote from a woman or the Christian Bible. Muhammad was a slave trader, a warlord. He was married to a 6-year-old wife. He was also married to Khadijah, who was a scholar. Khadijah is the one who wrote the Quran. When Muhammad said he encountered the archangel Michael in that cave that gave him the Bible, over 100 times in the Christian Bible, when the archangel Michael revealed himself, he said, "Fear not, for I am a servant of the Lord." He never harmed a human. Whoever Muhammad encountered in that cave tried to kill him. Sounds like a demon to me. Or a jinn. Where do you find a jinn? You can only summon a jinn after you've covered your body in human feces and keep the feces moist with human urine. And then you have to do certain rituals in a cave of darkness to channel a jinn. The Christian Bible was edited in 1610 by King James and 47 other clergymen. They removed over 100 books and the Book of Enoch. Removing the book of Enoch takes away a large swath of knowledge. Very suspicious. Why would an all-seeing force give an illiterate man a religion to lead the world? And who told Muhammad who he encountered in that cave? All Christian men. Waraka was a Christian. Khadijah was a Christian who converted to Islam. Muhammad was a slave trader. That's who an angel will go get a book to lead the world?
So Muhammad was a slave trader.
Yes. Okay. Jesus taught from the Dead Sea Scrolls. I'm a follower of Christ. I'm not a Christian. Because Jesus preached, you make the kingdom on this earth. You align with like-minded people and build the kingdom here. You don't wait for some savior that's coming. They killed them already. If Jesus would have had the GDs with him or the Insanes with him, he never would have died.
We took care of business, right? So I always hear about that book of Enoch. What are we missing from that?
The book of Enoch talks about 10 levels of heaven. It talks about there's a hierarchy of angels, sheriffs, cherubims. Everybody has a guardian angel, so that's billions. There are different hierarchies to these angels. Then you got the watchers. Then you have the Nephilim. The Nephilim were here, giants. They took human wives, gave birth to giants, and they terrorized the world until what? The flood. But what happened to them? They became disembodied spirits. So they never go nowhere. They just hover around, causing terror. It also speaks about angels rebelling and giving us technology to fight. They don't talk about that because you cannot monetize a religion where there are other forces more powerful than God. Because who does the devil answer to? God.
That's right.
Why didn't he destroy him?
With you. Got a point.
Oh no.
So you talked about giants. Right. Do you believe that the Candor giant is real?
Listen, bro. Abraham Lincoln in the Niagara Papers said the extinct giants buried in the burial mounds across the Americas. 2015, me and my homies was looking for places to grow weed. That's gonna pick up on the camera. 2015, me and my homies is in Winnemucca, Nevada, looking for places to grow weed. In Winnemucca, you go to their museum, they had giant bones in there from the burial mounds. They had it in there. Smithsonian comes, sees everything. Now it's not there. Why is that? If you want to keep a people with amnesia in the dark, you don't let them know their history.
You got a point.
Oh no.
I'm lost, man. Enlighten me for that. The viewer.
What
the
you lost about?
The giants, man. That's just how can I understand that?
Well, the story of the giant of Kandahar, these are tier 1 operators. Whenever JSOC come outside, these are guys I've been able to work with. When they come outside, it's serious business. Now, David and Goliath was a real story. Look in your phone, Giant Bones Turkey.
Giant Bones Turkey.
Yes.
Okay. Claims of giant human bones, including 120 centimeter femurs, suggesting 14 to 16 feet humans.
Abraham Lincoln in the Niagara Papers spoke about the extinct giants. The flood, if it was real, allegedly, was to do what? Destroy the giants.
So
they don't want us to believe in these things because they worship it and serve it. They put it in movies, make it think like it's make-believe because they got one up.
Like BFG.
But when you go to Africa, all of the things we talk about is real life for them. You ever heard of Tartaria?
I haven't. Enlighten me.
You ever heard of Tartary? This is a country that existed. It's the old world. The old world is under the ocean.
That's deep.
Look, we can do another one. So we're gonna get this one because look, I'm telling you.
What about Bigfoot and aliens?
I'm gonna send you a photo I took myself.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
Bigfoot is indeed real. Watch this. I took this photo myself, 2017. Hey Bob, can you tell the guys that that's gonna pick up on the mic? Thank you, brother. You see that photo I just sent you?
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see that.
Now, who is that? I took this in Oregon. Bob, look at this photo, gang. I want y'all to see Bob to go because he's going to be on here next. Now, Bob, I took this 2015 in Oregon. Who is that running through the field right there?
That shit crazy.
And I got more footage, bro. Whatever people told me about, I go out and investigate. So I'm finna show you that never even hit the internet before. You ready for some more?
I'm ready.
So look, you see dude right there?
I see him.
I was scared, and I had a gun. Because whoever that was 3 feet taller than me, and I'm 6'5". I'm like, well, all right, nah. Whoever fool is, and he was carrying a rabbit in his hand. You see that white thing right there?
I see it.
That's a rabbit. I'm like, caught a rabbit?
And you're a true 6'5".
Watch this, hold on. I'll be outside with some of the coldest white boys you ever seen.
You said this is in Oregon.
That's in Oregon. I took that photo myself. That's why I approach the world how I approach it, because I'm like, man, look, bro, I thought, I'm going to show you something else right here. This is in the Chinese National Park, this statue. Why does this statue exist? Why does that exist in the Chinese National Park? I'm going to show you something. You put this on this interview, you're going up. It's unreleased.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's unreleased because you waited a long time for this. All right, now watch this, brother. Your head up. Now this photo is from a lady's trail camera in Oklahoma. I went and stood in the exact same spot, and whoever this is 3 feet taller than me and 2 feet wider than me. Pause. Gotta pause that one on insane. Whew. Watch this.
That's interesting.
Bro, it's a lot of things that take place on this earth, because when I go to the Native American reservations, they tell you exactly what this is. Look at this right there. This is all unreleased, and you got my permission to post it. Because that first photo I took myself. When I seen them running, first thing I do, I'm reaching for the demonstration.
Trying to demonstrate, huh?
The white boy say, huh, stop. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop. But he ain't threatening me. But he got that rabbit and he moving very fast. Now you see that last photo? That's on a trail cam.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Who is that?
She look like King Kong.
Look
Bigfoot.
like King Kong right there, man.
Yeah, that's.
So where would they get the idea for Planet of the Apes? Where would they get the idea of Chewbacca in Star Wars? Have you ever heard samurai chatter?
Tell me about that.
So look, when you go on these expeditions, you got to be out there for days at a time. I'm on the 11th day. I'm ready to get out of there. You start hearing this, ooh, and then it sounds like people talking, but you can't understand it. So I'll send you the link. I heard this myself and it gave me chills because I'm like, man, whoever that is, I don't know if this gun is gonna even work. And if they wanted to harm us, they could have been did it because they over here, but we can't see them. Watch this.
So you bless him again.
Oh yeah, brother. But the truth is stranger than fiction, bro. So like for me, I'm start going viral. I'm like, Diddy and all this like there's things taking place on this earth that if you go out there and see it, will change your world view on everything. Cause when I went to Africa, in Africa they got the Agagwe, which is a small Bigfoot type creature. And when I went over there looking for that, they said, why do you want to find this thing? They kill people. I said, where can I find it? They tell me the guys that take me to go see it. I'm like, all right. I didn't go see it though because like the ground is hard to walk on, and bro, I'm tired, man. You feel me? Like I'm not, and out there you can't have guns.
So you gotta fight with your hands and knife,
Bro,
machete.
bro. Watch this. I'm sending you a link right now. Play the link. This is what it sounds like. This is what it sounds like. And bro, I don't get scared, bro. But when I see this, I was like, man, this is that I can't explain. But they was talking to each other, and it sounded like a group of them. So these photos that I got, like when niggas say they're fake, I say come out in the field then.
But you gotta think, you got dudes in Chicago, Dallas, LA, New Orleans that ain't never left their block.
But here's the thing though, bro, like real gangsters though, as long as they got like the little stuff to make them comfortable, they'll go out there. Play that right there. Jill, look at this. He asked me about Bigfoot. I took this photo myself. Check it out, gang. I took this photo myself in Oregon. He carrying a rabbit in his hand. You hear that?
I heard that.
It sound like words. They take this to linguistic experts, they decipher it, they say this is a language here. So, you know, for me to be a black dude going out there, now all of the big researchers want me to go out there with them. I'm not going without the guys because I know what they gonna do in a time of turmoil. I don't know what y'all about to do. White people go out and go missing. We come back home, bro, right or wrong.
Hey, you right.
They find a nigga, he been walking 2 days. He made his way back. No, I'm not playing them games, bro.
So you a soul survivor.
100%. Death before dishonor, bro, point blank period.
So you said you saw Bigfoot.
Seen it.
You seen Bigfoot. I see the evidence. I'm gonna post it.
Now look, bro, I'm a bad man, bro.
What about?
I go toe to toe with me. You know what I'm saying? You got to be formidable. When I seen Fool, I'm like, hold on, boy. It ain't no way I'm fighting Fool. His thighs, as long as, bro, I say, look at his thigh, his shoulder. I said, oh no.
Straight steel.
And bro, he looked, picked up the rabbit, took off. Couldn't believe it.
Faster than a rabbit.
Oh, he was fast.
You know
I couldn't move that fast. Me and Bob couldn't run that fast. Me and you couldn't run that fast.
No.
And Bob, a pro hooper.
I can tell.
We couldn't run that fast. Shout out Bob the GOAT, man. We had Bob to go to States right now.
Straight up.
Shout out to the guys.
Straight up.
And Finesse. We own your. We know the truth.
2 times.
It'd be a lot of politics going on.
4 times. Man,
1 time.
Tell me about Dogman.
Oh, okay. So, Christopher Columbus wrote articles about encountering a dog-faced tribe of people when he got to Americas. There's one place in the United States that is a dogman hotspot. You know where that's at?
Where?
Shreveport.
Louisiana.
Yes.
Interesting.
So, that's all black people. They've been talking about this since slavery times. Everybody lying? Go to this website, North American Dogman Project.
North American Dog Project.
Dogman Project. This what's going on, Taste the Fan. And people try to keep us in a box, bro. Us as black people, we magical. Our true history is in the words of our ancestors. They told us everything. Modern media convinces us it was all make-believe. You see that?
It's like the lichens off that one.
Now, where would they get this information from?
See, I'm a dog.
They got it from what they saw. Human beings paint and make portraits and make art about what they saw.
Said I'm a dog, I'm a mutt.
Phone them. That's what's going on. You see no footprints on them?
I see it.
What's making them prints?
It gotta be dog man. Whew. That seemed like something with the firmament or something. That's.
What do you think about the firmament?
Well, you tell me, what do you think?
I don't think that the firmament is a physical dome. In the book of Enoch, it speaks about 15 different dimensions that exist on top of this one. It's an extra dimensional thing. 10 different levels of heaven. 15 different levels on this earth. It's not just simple as us being in the dome. If that was the case, you ever see the video from when the Red Bull sent the guy up into the lower Earth orbit?
That's interesting.
You up here with the big fella, bro.
Hey, man, you blowing my mind, brother.
You with the big fella, bro. I'm gonna send you this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
I'll send it to you right now. You put all these clips in there, you're gonna triple your money.
It's on.
All right, here it come right now. Yeah, I got the photographic memory.
I can tell. Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, I see. I appreciate that. Ah, yeah. See, big homie CC solid, man.
Phone now.
Solid as they come.
For sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm putting that up there for sure. What about the mermaids?
1400s to the 1800s, all pirate maps had areas on those maps where they said mermaid exists, giant octopus exists, giant squid exists, on all those maps. Now look, all right. Now this video, at your own risk.
These mermaids, yeah, I'm ready for that.
I went to Mombasa, Kenya. In Mombasa, I talked to the fishermen. I asked them about mermaids. They say mermaids exist, but we can't tell people about that here because we won't get any tourist money.
So they know about all that. They just can't speak on it.
Now look, this video was filmed 18 years ago by a guy who I know who owns a marina. He said people kept complaining that boats were getting tipped, they're getting holes cut in their fishing nets, people having sightings, and he camped out underwater with 2 oxygen tanks with a wet can. So I sent you the link. Click on it.
Check it out. Okay.
Mermaids is real, Judd. Free dude guy, free
Say.
guy.
Say. Yeah, it's crazy right here. Yeah, I see. That's crazy.
I traveled to the Seychelles Islands in
Yeah.
Africa.
That's wild.
After a certain time, at 6 p.m., they close all access to the water. They say, do not go in the shallow water. You will get taken. Not by mermaids, but by mermen. Wyclef Jean said he had an encounter with a mermaid. You ever seen that? That's my boy.
Someone please call 911.
Yes, sir. Him right there. Him right there.
Man, that's wild. I believe it. I see it. So I believe it.
I only come with facts and receipts, bro. I don't just make it up. I took an oath. I cannot tell a lie.
Touching back on the guy who attempted to shoot at Trump.
There were 7 attempts on Trump's life that never made the internet. The reason they went after Iran because Iran paid $10 million to get him killed.
10 million?
For sure. You can look that up. $10 million bounty on his life. If you go to Chicago and sit outside the Obama house, you're going to see 10 different Obamas come out all day. You never seen tall Joe Biden? What they say in the Epstein files? Joe Biden got killed in 2019? Look up tall Joe Biden.
Tall Joe Biden?
You see that? Joe Biden come out 6'7". Different ears and everything.
Man, that is wild. Yeah, he came out tall. Taller than Obama. Yeah, that's interesting.
The Honorable Louis Farrakhan was saying some of the same information. And the reason I respect him is because he don't directly just teach based off what Muhammad said, because there's flaws in all religions. He was able to build a community based off actual facts. That's why I respect him, I respect the religion. Because when I was in Afghanistan, they have bachabazi. You know what that is? The dancing boys of Afghanistan.
So check that out. That's where they're is that where they're like sodomizing boys?
Yes. Black Islam don't participate in that.
And that's what the guy said. He said that's why he was attempting at Trump's life, but it don't seem real. How did he get past all of that?
He just ran past, bro. Secret Service is all former police officers. They're not highly trained people. They're not.
So those 7 attempts, you don't think it was staged to get off of the
I've
Epstein
shot people,
files?
bro. I've shot people. I've seen how that happens. 22 long rifle from that distance, that's accurate. Charlie Kirk, not accurate. Never in my life have I seen an entry wound do what that did. And I can show you videos of me in shootouts. I'll send you some.
And even when that happened, Charlie Kirk's wife was just running out hysterical. It seemed like, is she a pawn in all this? Or
Do you think she mourned at all?
didn't look like it.
I just sent you some more videos. This is the aftermath I've been in. I was able to overcome because I had the jumps. But I still got shot up. And the people I shot wasn't like Charlie Kirk.
And they said Buddy took a bus across the country. Come on, man.
10 Israelis at his house the day before. We know what we know.
Expand on that. What do you
Can't
think?
expand on that. I got enough problems right now.
And it says the way some of the politicians ran, like surrounded by security, but left their wives behind.
Who was the security? Israeli agents. Who did 9/11? I digress.
Jimmy Kimball, right before this all happened, he said that Melania Trump looks like a widow.
They took his show away from him. Look, Certain groups you gotta leave alone, Tasty fan. Keep it pushing, man. Keep it pushing. I see how you looking, but keep it pushing, man. You my boy.
Hey, you're right. Hey, we're gonna keep it pushing.
That's why when people come to me about rappers, I can say whatever I want to say about them. I was the muscle for them. These boys, they own that.
They own that.
They own that.
Okay, before we leave that topic, what can you say about Epstein where we kind of tiptoe around it?
I'll do this for you. This is what I'll do for you. It's just you, my brother.
Okay. All right, bro, what you gonna do for me?
Oh, boy. All right, so I'm going to send you this. And you can post this.
What is this that you're sending me?
You finna see. I bet. Now, once you get this, call that number.
Okay. All right, so this is
I'm gonna send you one more.
Jeff Epstein.
I'm gonna send you one more.
So the pictures that we saw, that was really him.
Epstein is not dead.
Florida time, it's about 11, 12 right now.
Give him a call.
Give him a call.
Why give him a call? Why is a dead man's phone ringing? I digress.
Folks, that might be him.
There ain't no Mike. He went to jail for the same crime in 2009. Why kill him now? What was he researching on that island? Anti-gravity, free point energy. On Epstein Island, he would have some of the greatest minds on the earth there having science conferences.
So people, they believe that the guy who tried to shoot at Trump said he was trying to kill a pedo. This Iran war, they're saying that he's starting all of this because he's trying to get away from the Epstein files. He's doing all of these things. Do you believe that?
All of this is about oil, gas, and money. Barack Obama gave Iran $150 billion, and what they never built one road. The Strait of Hormuz is where all of the oil goes through in that area. When we went and took Maduro, that removed China's access to oil from the Western Hemisphere. What was China trying to do? Well, all of the other countries forming BRICS to have a gold-backed currency to replace the US dollar. The petrodollar is how you buy oil. Only use the American dollar for that. Once certain countries start accepting the Chinese yuan to buy oil, this happened. That's all over with now.
So the currency.
It's all it's about. Why they kill Gaddafi? He wanted a gold-backed currency to do what? Remove the strength of the American dollar. They took him out. That's all this is about. Big money never comes clean.
So we're talking about children, talking about women. There was a movie that came out about a month ago about someone suspected of harming children.
And, you know, that's what they do to sensationalize things. But he was in the Epstein files because Epstein and him were looking for houses in the same location. They had Chris Tucker in the Epstein files. Real estate. Michael Jackson wasn't harming kids.
Y'all heard it here first. Big homie CC.
Oh, no.
He wasn't harming kids at all.
He wasn't.
So it was probably by Sony, huh? Him owning catalogs?
Well, once you start doing things like that, the price of life becomes cheap.
One of my favorite things I like hearing you always talk about king. So he's still the king of pop. He's not the king of zest. You always talk about them zest monsters.
The zest master is old dude from New York, the Diddy guy, straight clowns, the zestiest goofy I ever seen in my life. Would you call a guy named the Punisher to your crib? Think about that. You waking up and gonna call the Punisher over there. In the indictment, the Punisher would ejaculate on Diddy and his wife Cassie, and he would take the cum and rub it on his nipples, the guy Diddy. He should have got life for that. He should never get out just for that.
When I listen to the Punisher, it sounds like he really enjoyed that, man.
Porn star. Porn guys have sex with men, animals, whatever. It's just sex for them. It's a job for them.
Is it a part of like of a ritual, or he just zesty?
That wasn't a ritual. He's just a zesty, horny guy. Horny guys always finish last. I tell everybody that.
So we all know about Diddy. Are there any other zest monsters coming out this year?
Tank.
Expand upon that.
Tank said out his mouth that getting a blowjob from a man is not gay. What is it then? So you laugh. What is it then? Right.
Yeah, that's
Hollywood.
That's delicious right
They
there.
all cake touchers. Guard your cakes.
It's like old Ray J and
Ray J is super zesty. I seen him, Diddy, and F. Gary Gray together in Vegas on very strange times. Seen it. That's why none of these guys ever come out to say anything to me because they know that I know. And I know a lot more. I had to get my story out and put myself in this position, and it worked. I don't care about them. I could ruin a lot of people's marriages and careers, but I'm not on that. My job is to enlighten my people, raise the thought process in the black community, make the streets become more aware of what's going on, and it worked. I got the streets on lock. Everywhere I go, heroes welcome. I take 500 pictures a day. It's on. And motherfuckers know if you come playing with me, you go into the upper room.
The upper room?
Face first. Go slide in safe on bro.
On bro them?
On bro Greg. Free do guys, long little guys.
I see you got that new NYC hat on. You know 50, he always stand on Diddy neck, everybody else neck.
That's my boy.
Tell us about old 50, man. He solid?
50 solid. Shout out Monster, his security. 50 solid. You know, I'm signing the camera on. Him and 50 tight. You know what I'm saying? They set it up for me to be on Power and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Some other things. 50 solid though, for sure. Shout out Yayo, shout out Gamurda.
Okay, so I'm talking to a star.
I'm just a man of the people.
I can dig it. So 50, seems like he's always beefing with somebody or exposing someone. Is he a man of the people or is he just picking?
Hip hop is a competitive sport. And we all know the feeling of people crossing us. And he at the stage of the game where he don't have to resort to violence to you. Because he's capable of that. But when you picking on weenies, you know, you just do internet. They're not going to do it. Because they know that you know the truth about them. They don't respond. You know, I learned, like, combating trafficking, that these type of people want an easy job. They don't want a hard task. That's why they attack the innocent. You know, pushing up on you or me, you know, it's probably not going to work out for you how you think. That's why they play the games they play.
I can see that. It's like Cardi B's husband. Robbing folks. It's one of those situations.
Yes, he gets over on people who are not going to. Lil TJ is not known for fighting. He's known for this. So popped, you feel me? I know dudes Offset that took 100K from. They not going to do it. And his watch collection, I keep saying his watch collection, outstanding. He's not a broke guy. He on that buying G-Wagon the other day. He's not a broke guy.
He just on that.
Still a GD, you feel me?
So
he be on game.
Yeah, that's wild. We're gonna switch gears just a little bit. I want your thoughts on Pooh Shiesty's attorney, Bradford Cohen.
That's my boy.
Says he will be withdrawn from the case.
It's over with. Can't win. Guys like that are not gonna allow a blemish to go on their record. It's over with. Pooh Shiesty got him. If you got a rob boss, you're gonna be a rob crew. If you a get money ass boss, you're gonna have a get money ass crew. You see Bob a boss, his homies get money. They down here arguing the whole time, gambling, they're getting money. They're not outside robbing like that. You know, there's no way I'm finna run behind somebody whose name is Shiesty or Slime. They finna get over on you. We seen Pooh Shiesty and his homies pull up in a Maybach and a lime green McLaren on Front Street in Miami to steal some shoes. He left $40,000 cash at the scene. The value of the merchandise was $3,300. Clown.
$3,300?
They synced the money he posted online, compared the serial numbers to the money that was lost. They went down for that. They gone this time. Federal judges don't like when you come right back and let you out. His first offer gonna be 30 years.
30 flat, huh?
For sure.
Walk me through the whole situation with him and Gucci Mane. How you would have handled it.
Bro, they went off the Suge Knight playbook from the early 90s. Stop it, man. Clown was his father from that era. He the one went to the store and printed off the contract. Clown, bro. Straight dork.
Yeah, that don't make sense at all.
Can't make sense.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
So you said that's 30 flat he finna get.
First offer gonna be 30. They probably gonna plea out to 10, 15. Because you gotta admit what you did.
They say his right-hand man, K.D. Waters, was granted a bond.
They're never getting bond. They're not getting no bond. You can forget about that. Once you cross state lines, now you violate interstate commerce, that's federal, it's over with.
So he pretty much they out of there.
For sure. Gucci Man, in order to get the insurance policy on jewelry, you must make a police report. Once he make the police report, he's not gonna cooperate no more. But the security is an off-duty police officer and the cameraman is a white boy. They gonna testify, it's done.
What do you think about that snitch tag everybody gonna give Gucci?
He got that. He got to live with that. It's over with. When he made that diss record, I deleted all my Gucci Man songs. Forget about it.
A lot more man too?
I don't condone that ever. Because, bro, I'm somebody that when you operate in an illicit trade and you know what you signed up for, you know the rules of engagement. He ain't a gangster no more, man.
It's over with.
It's over with.
Sound like Pooh Shiesty signed a bad contract.
He didn't sign a bad contract.
He didn't?
He didn't sign a bad contract.
What was it?
He went to jail, so he couldn't recoup off of his shows. See what I'm saying? So you missed 3 years of shows. Look at Dirk. Dirk got $3 million in the bank. He took a loan out, putting his house up, his label putting up $500K, and his lawyer putting up $500K. Rap don't pay like you would think. If you cannot tour, you're going to go broke. If a label gives you $1 million, you owe them $8 to $9 million. Facts.
That's facts. That's behind the scenes.
Facts. Because that's an advantage, it's not a bonus. You only get a bonus like you Drake or Lil Baby. You've already proven your worth and you've recouped several times. Other than that, zero.
So is Dirk getting out?
No.
Not at all. Okay. So you gonna spend all that money for nothing?
Here's the thing. He have a chance to come home because Diddy is taking charges. The person who paid everybody allegedly was D-Thing. He's dead. What you got to do for Mike City, who is taking a plea deal and saying he got paid a certain amount. If they cannot prove that Dirk paid anybody, Dirk can come home.
That's interesting.
You have a chance.
So between 0 and 100, what chance you give him?
40% chance.
That's decent. That's decent, especially going against the feds.
We just seen Boosie on camera with a gun. He got probation. They bless some people, but in this case, people died. So,
And you bring up Boosie, since you brought up his name, what do you think about him and Blad's beef with the money?
I think Vlad took advantage that Boosie knew he was facing a pending time. Boosie a hustler. Like, come on, man. Once he seen how much they paid 6ix9ine, he's like, what? He can't take that. He can't take that. He on Patreon doing his interviews. It is what it is. What we know, we know.
I feel like Vlad should have just paid the man, but hey. Touching on your home. Recently, think about a month, maybe a month ago, says Chicago rapper Lil Zay Osama and 5 others face the maximum sentence of life in
He
prison.
signed the Dirk. No advances is coming. No bonuses is coming. You cannot tour with drill music. Once guys buy watches, buy cars, get a house, all the streams go to the label. You cannot tour with drill music.
So drill is dead is what you're saying.
Drill is not dead, but once you sign a deal, that 30, 40,000 you get a month from streams don't go to you. It goes to the label. If you're not booked for show, I'm booked more than drill rappers.
You got a point.
Oh no.
So it says that allegedly they posed as delivery drivers, DoorDash drivers, went inside a home and held the victim at gunpoint.
Entertainment lawyer who they knew had cryptocurrency. But we're in a ring camera era. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Say it again.
We're in a ring camera era. It's a wrap. I remember growing up and nobody had no cameras. We was getting away with it. Now,
Speak to the youngsters.
to the young guys. When we was growing up in my era, wasn't no Snapchat, wasn't no Instagram. People's camera phones, 8 megapixels. Now you got cameras with 50 megapixels. Tesla's got cameras on them all day. Ring cameras, CCTV. It wasn't none of this. Times have changed. Get you a trade. Go to school. Start you a business. Crime doesn't pay if you cannot get away with it. Point blank, period.
In cities like Atlanta, it said is now one of the most surveilled cities as it's testing AI-powered policing tools in neighborhoods that will have 124 cameras per 1,000 residents.
So right.
What are your thoughts on that? What's the government trying to do?
Well, they're getting these ideas. They're getting this from China, from the Great Britain. Like all of this stuff, we're in a surveillance state now. You know, look at the Julio Fulio case. They're using drone technology and AI-powered technology, facial recognition technology. If you walk into Walmart, your face is gonna pop up. Gas station, your face is gonna pop up. Tesla, your face is gonna pop up. People, the Airbnbs they was at had cameras on them. Forget about it. It's a wrap, bro.
It's over with. And it says NBA YoungBoy, he doesn't even allow people to smoke around him. But right now he's the Pac of this era.
You got a presidential pardon. You think Trump listening to Young Boy? No, but he's making those certain groups $400 million a year. He's getting out. Nobody got killed. No violence. He just taking prescription drugs. Coming home. It's over with. It's over with. Follow the money.
Follow the break.
Everything goes back to a numbers game.
Okay. Yeah, I think, I just have a couple more questions. I think we out of there.
I bet.
On social media over the last month, everybody's talking about Megan Thee Stallion and Clay.
Yeah, entertainment girls are the biggest whores on the earth. I dated one famous girl. I learned my valuable lesson. I said, oh, wait a second. She's available to anybody at any time. She's no different. You think you that special? Think about that.
You got a point.
You think you that special? That's niggas' problems. Look at the dude Party she was dating. He made songs. He couldn't believe how many people. Come on, bro. Wasn't she a stripper before? You lose them, how you get them.
So everybody's sharing is what you're saying?
Absolutely. Most of the guys I know that's married is miserable. Be real.
I plead the fifth.
Now look, if you married to a lady that's a wholesome woman who is not interested in fame or entertainment, you're gonna be okay. But if she makes her career off headlines, enjoy your time, brother. And when it's time to go, get out of there.
Is there anything else that you want to touch on?
I want to touch on the fact that in our community, we have a woke victimhood mind state, and we need to escape from this because Juneteenth is a thing because at that time, oppression was something we could not counteract. Now that we can, we must take advantage. Foreigners are fighting tooth and nail to get to this country due to the availability of resources, government funding, financial funding, and we have to get away from the whole Democratic Party because we just found out all the Democratic groups were doing what? Funding the KKK. Who founded the KKK? The Democrats. All of the legislation from the civil rights movement came from where? The Republican Party. They preach self-reliance. We must police ourselves. We must have free enterprise amongst ourselves. We must continue to raise the thought process and the vibration in our community if we want to survive. Point blank, period.
Does that start, do you believe that starts at home or at school?
100%. The family structure is fractured, And we got to get back to building families, building homes, and empowering ourselves and our community. Without that, it'll continue to be bad. The crack epidemic, we went from the crack era to the children of the crack era. This made it so that we have broken homes everywhere. Section 8, single woman can't have a man at the house. It's going to get the voucher removed. We don't need these vouchers. We need to work. We need to grind. We need to build our communities, own our communities, and sustain ourselves. We need more black police officers, more black doctors, more black lawyers. We got rappers, we got athletes. We have to have social, geocultural, social economic power. Financial freedom is our only hope.
You're a well-traveled brother. We talked about people not traveling, not leaving a block, not leaving a city, not leaving a hood. Do you see that outside of the United States? That culture, that mindset?
Outside of the United States is completely different. What we deal with over here as I'll say black Americans, because in Africa, they don't call us African Americans, they call us black Americans. You feel me? The transatlantic slave trade happened because those black kings sold prisoners of war from tribalism. When I was over there in Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, all of those chiefs are apologizing for the slave trade. The whole kill whitey thing have to stop. We are our own worst enemy.
The biggest thing that surprised me, I remember I grew up in the hood in West Texas. And shoot, I thought I was him. I thought I was hood, at the time.
Yeah.
But then I went to Houston in one of them wards.
Yeah.
And I was like, this a little different from what I've been around.
Very different.
So it kind of woke me up to, okay, it's something that's upgraded from my hood, but then it's brothers all over the country dealing with the same thing that you're talking about. So I'm thinking it's just in Texas, just in Dallas, same thing going on in Sacramento, Chicago, Miami, Louisiana, all over the country. But you're saying it starts at home, but then if you look at online, you look at the trends, it's more polygamy. It's not, the divorce rates are higher than ever. You don't see black families together. You don't see families together at all. What can solve that?
Getting back to our roots, in Africa, everybody got 4 or 5 wives. And over there, if you steal something from somebody, they have mob justice. They catch you, they beat you, they set you on fire in front of everybody. We must police ourselves.
I like that. I think I need about 2 or 3 more wives myself.
We know the truth.
We're going to get you out of here on this. This drill culture. My dad drove trucks, so what you talk about the abductions, like I seen that personally. Like that culture is real, and this was in the early 90s. We took 50,000 pounds of garlic from Laredo, Nuevo, Mexico, and here in Texas, and drove all the way up to Chicago to Chinatown. 50,000 pounds of garlic, and we went to a Dominic's up there. I'll never forget. I thought everybody from Chicago was like common.
Right.
Yes, because I didn't grow up in the era, it wasn't social media. So I was like, everybody from up there can either looking smooth, ain't no gangster music. But then when I changed my life, I had some stuff happen to me and I started getting education. I'm working with these kids here in Texas. They're using y'all's lingo. Same thing that you're saying today, they using the lingo. And then I didn't know what it was until I listened to King Vine like 10 years later. And I'm like, okay, these kids are adapting that. So when did it go from Common, Twister, to King Vine? Now I roll with King Vine and people are scared even here. That's from Chicago, they scared of King Vine still to this day.
Show me 3 white drill rappers. Who owns these labels? the private prison system and the school system. When you go to Chicago public school, the same tray you eat at the school, the same one in jail. Inside the Chicago public school, same thing in jail. It's a system. And this is why we have to own our own everything. Because if we don't, they can force whatever upon us. We'll leave it at that.
And was King Von really the terror that everybody?
No.
And the reason I say that, a lot of people from Chicago are here. I'm booming King Von. Down 75.
He was a kid. He was locked up most of his life.
But the lady rolled up her window and got scared. So I was like, he must have really been terrorizing folks.
You know they're my direct ops, right?
Oh, okay.
I've never seen the guy one time.
Hey, we'll leave it at that.
It's your boy BigHomie.cc, Taste of Fame TV. It's a classic right here.
Check
We
me
gone.
out.